Honorable Peter Opondokaluma, our host MP for Homa Bay Town constituency, Honorable Catherine Muma, Senator nominated from Kisumu County, Honorable Senator Eddie Okech, Senator for Migori County, Honorable Senator for Homa Bay, who has spoken, Senator Kajwang, Honorable Dr. Lillian Gogo, Member of Parliament for Rangwe. Thank you very much. Please be seated. I saw our Majority Leader and Speaker in the crowd there. Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly of Homa Bay, Polika Pokombo, and Honorable Majority Leader Ogindo Tipo. Your Excellency, it is my profound honor to welcome you to the Lake County of Homa Bay, the county of endless potential. We are privileged to host the 9th Devolution Conference 2025, a vibrant platform for innovation and measuring progress for devolution in Kenya, in line with the theme of the conference, for the people, for prosperity. We sincerely thank the Council of Governors, my colleague governors, for the opportunity to host DevCon 2025. It was not an easy decision, but we thank you for believing in Homa Bay, despite the fact that we might have been considered one of the counties that may be too small to host. We thank you for the vote of confidence. Your Excellency, allow me at this very early opportunity to thank you immensely for your partnership in transforming Homa Bay County to make it a county that could be considered to host this conference. As Senator Kajwang has correctly pointed out, a lot of the transformation in this county has happened in the last 3 years. Your Excellency, when you first visited Homa Bay on an official development tour on 16th of January 2023, 3/4 of the development that we are seeing in Homa Bay County was not here. Your Excellency, at that point in time, there was no broad-based government, there was no partnership. I was an opposition governor, you were the President of the Republic of Kenya, but you made it clear to the people of Homa Bay that you had no intention of leaving Homa Bay or any other part of this country behind, simply because of how we voted in the election in which you are elected as President of the Republic of Kenya. Your Excellency, the transformation has been in partnership with the national government. Your Excellency, today as we drove to the county headquarters and we were coming back, I could see 2 lines of vehicles on one side and 2 lines of vehicles on the other side. The dueling of the main highway in this Homa Bay town, which would have not have been something we would have dreamt about, Your Excellency, because of your support. Whether it's the lakefront, where I invite all delegates to go and have a sumptuous meal of fish, the transformation at that lakefront has been because of the partnership that we have had together. Your Excellency, all the roads and infrastructure that we see in this town and beyond. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your partnership. And I'd like to say to all the delegates here, karibuni sana Homa Bay, arwako hu Homa Bay County. Your Excellency, in reflecting on our journey, 15 years ago, devolution was enshrined in the Constitution 2010 as a transformative force to bring development and services closer to Kenyans. If devolution were a person, it would be a spirited teenager, vibrant, curious, and occasionally challenging. The impact of devolution is undeniable, with stories of progress written across our 47 counties. Devolution is a key pillar of our Constitution, and it is befitting that this DevCon is held here in Homa Bay, the home of Dr. Odhiambo Mbai, the architect of the Devolution Committee during the constitutional review exercise. And Your Excellency, we thank you because this morning you met the family of Dr. Odhiambo Mbai as we unveiled a plaque, a commemorative plaque at the Arboretum. Our task is to make devolution work for all Kenyans, deliver equity, inclusion, and social justice, closing the socio-economic divide, delivering on the sustainable development goals of leaving no one behind. As we celebrate devolution during DevCon, we celebrate the national unity and diversity of Kenya as one nation. And I'd also like to thank you, Your Excellency, President and Right Honorable Raila Odinga, for consistently demonstrating transformational leadership for the good of our country. In Homa Bay, we are celebrating devolution. When I assumed office in August 2022, I knew the public expected results as I ran on a Genoa manifesto of hope. Results not just in infrastructure, but in tangible services and opportunities for Homa Bayans. Our pro-people, ward-based programs have touched many households. Your Excellency, this morning as you visited our stand, at the Homa Bay stand, you saw that we were celebrating 96 days, straight days of no single mother lost in Homa Bay due to maternal mortality. Your Excellency, this is due to the intensive programs that we have invested together with your government in community health promoters, coming all the way to a robust SHA program, Your Excellency, and an MPDSR program, a weekly review program of any mother that dies in any facility. Your Excellency, every Tuesday morning, and this program was borrowed from Uganda through a partnership with the Council of Governors, every Tuesday morning we have a meeting where any mother lost is discussed. It has to be explained why that mother was lost, how she was lost, and doctors and the healthcare workers review among themselves and help themselves. And I'm really, really proud that the 96th day has reached without us losing a single mother, because one life lost is one too many. Your Excellency, we have used our on-source revenue that we grew by over 700% to about 859 million in the financial year 2022-2023, and over 1 billion in 2023-2024, and a high of 1.7 billion in 2024-2025 to fund critical services. We are constructing a 5-story accident and emergency block at the Level 5 hospital at the Homa Bay County Teaching and Referral Hospital, set to be operational by year-end, reducing referral times and improving trauma care. We are addressing infant and maternal mortality, as I've mentioned, and combating the triple threat of GBV, HIV, and teenage pregnancies. Your Excellency, you recently signed, Your Excellency, devolved funds are insufficient to realize our county visions. So we seek deeper collaborations in agriculture and trade to position Homa Bay as a global player. The Riwa City Special Economic Zone, our flagship agro-processing zone that hosts the county aggregation and industrial park, promises 14,150 direct jobs and 90,000 indirect opportunities to our local communities. We urge for prioritization, Your Excellency, of the horizontal infrastructure at the Special Economic Zone. Our key value chains, Your Excellency, in Homa Bay include fish, cotton, edible oils, sunflower, millet, sugar, sweet potatoes, pineapples, and livestock and groundnuts. We are pushing our value chains up, and we have seen the growth of production in leaps and bounds in the last 2 years. Your Excellency, you recently signed the Economic Partnership Agreement for trade with the European Union. With CAIPs and improved productivity of the agricultural value chains, we can enhance the trade volumes. Kenya is trading far lower volumes compared to countries like South Africa. The answer lies in 50-50 sharing of the agriculture funds. The national government charged with policy making should take 50%, leaving 50% to counties to revolutionize agriculture for food security, agro-processing, trade, job creation, and enhancing farmers' incomes, thus fighting poverty. Your Excellency, we need to worry about powering investments and industries like the Riwa Special Economic Zone. The nuclear power project to be implemented in Siaya will be a game changer for the entire region and country. It is expected to supply reliable, affordable, and sustainable power for economic growth. We support the nuclear power project's full implementation for the future of the whole region. Nuclear power will support our agro-processing agenda, powering investments and industries that we need for job creation. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, Homa Bay is a model of devolution's potential. Let me share on 3 critical success factors for our county. One is the unity of purpose for the county leadership. You heard the Senator saying that we all work together as a team to move our county forward. Second is support of the County Assembly. And third is the secret of partnerships, from the national government to development funders, to the private sector, to the civil society. We are a county of partnerships, and we thank all our partners, many of them present here today. The story of Homa Bay is the story of devolution. A little-known county, Mwisho wa Lami, is hosting DevCon. This is the story of each of our 47 counties, and this is the story that we want for Kenya as we engage in the next few days of the conference. My apologies, Your Excellency, and I have to punish the governors who are not playing too well and made me cheer too hard. In implementing devolution, we have revitalized Homa Bay, positioning it as a hub for business and investment with ambition to achieve city status in the next decade. Our lakefront development, including upgrading of the Homa Bay Pier, supported by the national government, is drawing visitors to the Bay of Endless Potential. We have strategically relocated our new county headquarters to Arujo, Your Excellency, which you opened this morning. The county headquarters is a project we have in partnership with the County Pensions Fund, based on Article 207 of the Constitution and our tenant purchase agreement. The new county headquarters is part of our larger vision to make Homa Bay a city, to clear out the lakefront of administrative offices, take them up and leave the lakefront open for hospitality, in line with our vision to become the Cape Town of Kenya, within the decade. Your Excellency, in closing, in the spirit of inclusion, as part of our pre-conference events, we had a very, very strong and candid youth baraza with our youth that were supported from all across the country by Shofco and who are present here today. Your Excellency, they have generated points of a memorandum and a communique, which I am sure at the appropriate time they will hand over to the appropriate place, Your Excellency. I thank Shofco for ensuring that we have brought our youth on board, and we also did launch our youth policy yesterday, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, as the home of Gor Mahia, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Harambee Stars for their impressive performance so far in the matches, Your Excellency. And I'd like to thank you for motivating them and supporting them. We all wish we were players, because in the next couple of weeks we would all have been great millionaires. But Your Excellency, we congratulate Harambee Stars and we thank you for nurturing sport in the country. Let me take this opportunity to once again welcome you all to Homa Bay. Please do enjoy yourselves. Don't restrict yourself to the conference venue alone. We have the Paya there, we have the islands of Rusinga, we have the Love Island of Takawiri for those who came with their better halves. We have the Ruma National Park, we have Simbi Nyaima, the Crater Lake, we have the Bala Hot Springs. There will be people to direct you to enjoy your experience in Homa Bay. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Another super applause for our host. Asante sana, Governor Wanga. It's now my honor to invite the our vice chair, who also happened to have been the chairman of the steering committee, to come and give us a status on action points for the 2023 Devolution Conference and introduce the steering committee. Karibu sana, Bwana Kaiga. Daktari Kaiga, Governor Nyeri.
Thank you very much. Our whip, Governor Sang. Your Excellency, Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Honorable Amason Kingi, Speaker of the Senate, Excellency Governors and Deputy Governors, Cabinet Secretaries, Honorable Members of the Senate and National Assembly, representatives of constitutional commissions and independent offices, leaders of Homa Bay County and the Greater Nyanza region, ambassadors and high commissioners, principal secretaries, members of the county assemblies, all national government and county government representatives, private sector and civil society representatives and development partners, international delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the entire 2025 Devolution Conference Steering Committee, I take this opportunity to welcome you, Your Excellency, President William Ruto, to the 9th Devolution Conference and the 2nd Biannual Devolution Conference. I also take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to my fellow governors who are present with their deputies and respective county leaders. Your immense support to make Devolution Conference 2025 a reality is appreciated. To all the national executive representatives attending this conference, your presence in Homa Bay County is proof that Kenya's devolved system of governance is rooted in consultation, cooperation, collaboration, and coordination. I know that the legislature at both levels of government is represented here too. Your voices in the anticipated discussions will be crucial, since for us to entrench equity, inclusion, and social justice, the public purse must be distributed to the lowest levels and reach the most vulnerable of populations. Your Excellency, this year, the participation of the civil society organizations has been much more than previous conferences. This was deliberate so that this event can begin to be more inclusive. I am confident that this year many diverse voices will be heard and that our communique will capture varied resolutions and bring more institutions at the implementation table. At this time, allow me, Your Excellency, to recognize the team that led the preparations of this year's conference. Kindly, when I mention your name, wherever you are, just stand, and I will ask the auditorium to clap for you. The esteemed steering committee was chaired by myself, and its membership comprised of Governor Gladys Wanga, Senator Catherine Muma, thank you, Senator Beatrice Ogola, the Principal Secretary, Mr. Michael Enasalon, the Honorable Chege Mwaura, Secretary General of the County Assembly Forum, Ms. Gloria Wawera, Chief Executive Officer of the National Council, Youth Council, and Mr. Tom Were of ACT. Allow me to also recognize the Chair of the Planning Committee, Ms. Mary Muiti, the CEO of COG, and I convey immense gratitude to all the institutions who participated in preparations. Asanteni sana, and like they say here, Kigomano. Your Excellency, it will be wrong of me if I don't mention that the conference was planned, executed fully by our indomitable staff at the Council of Governors, and I appreciate all of them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to deliver this progress report on behalf of the Council of Governors regarding the implementation of the communique adopted at the first biannual devolution conference held between the 15th to the 19th August 2023 in Uasin Gishu County under the theme 10 years of devolution, the present and the future. I will highlight just key milestones in implementation of the 2023 resolutions. First is the coordination in project and program implementation. Your Excellency, the Office of the Deputy President is working with ministries, departments, and agencies to synchronize the interventions of different government entities to eliminate duplicity and enhance efficiency. The Presidential Economic Transformation Secretariat, the PETS, has undertaken a comprehensive review of projects across all sectors to align them with national priorities. The synchronization and identification of these projects to the ward level has greatly eased silos and enhanced coordination. Automation and digitalization of services was the second one, and county governments have automated services in different sectors. Murang'a, Kisumu, Makueni, and counties have fully automated their services, while other counties have partially done it. The e-Citizen has brought together over 16,000 government services, and this comprehensive digital platform integrates services from more than 100 ministries, counties, departments, and agencies, streamlining access for citizens and residents across Kenya. The third one was own source revenue. Counties collected Kenya shillings 58.95 billion in the financial year 2023-24, which is 72.5% of their target, marking the highest revenue performance in 11 years. 10 counties surpassed their OSR targets in financial year 2023-24. All the 47 counties are currently automating their revenue systems to enhance transparency and zero leakages in revenue collection. On number 5, which is transfer of county functions, the unbundled functions were gazetted under Gazette Notice number 219, dated 16th December 2024. What remains pending is the costing process, which will pave way for adequate resourcing of county functions. On legislation of land and bridging the gender gap in land ownership, the National Land Information System, dubbed Adisasa, was successfully rolled out in Nairobi County, Mombasa Island, and Mombasa County, and some parts of Murang'a County. County governments have also established land information management systems like Kajiado, Makueni, and Murang'a counties. The Adhi Haki Mob app in Taita Taveta County and the mobile-based reporting tool in Kakamega County are some of the innovative interventions implemented within the 2-year period that aggregate real-time data on women's land tenure issues. Kakamega, Busia, Nairobi, and Mombasa counties, in partnership with Athi kwa Kina Mama, AKMA project led by We Effect, implemented a project aimed at increasing women's access to land rights by establishing safe spaces for grassroots land rights defenders within the reporting period. And the other one is strengthening primary health care and community health services. 227 primary care networks are operational, and the National Treasury has included the community health promoter stipends in the additional allocations to county government from national government's share of revenue in the financial year 2024-25. The Cabinet Directive of 21st January directed mergers of health programs to avoid duplication, and we thank you, Your Excellency. We are creating a conducive environment for the youth to carry out business. The government has developed the Creative Economic Support Bill 2024 and is currently at the public participation stage. Further, to boost local talent and earning, Nairobi County has initiated programs to support artists and content creators by providing affordable access to public spaces for performance and exhibitions. This includes subsidized fees and streamlined permit processes. Street photography and street dancing are now permitted. Mombasa County, on the other hand, has several creative hubs, including the Mombasa Innovation Hub, Swahili Port Hub, Jukwa Arts, among others. On forestry and tree growing, the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry has undertaken mapping of both tree and forest cover in the country to inform the tree growing targets of achieving 30% tree cover by 2032. Ladies and gentlemen, I applaud all stakeholders and partners who facilitated the full implementation of the 2023 communique. Any ongoing efforts must be concluded. The full matrix containing the status of all the 2023 resolutions can be accessed at the Marifa Center, the Knowledge Hub for COG. To maintain momentum, we must strengthen intergovernmental collaboration to fast-track pending legislation and ensure equitable resource allocation. There is also need to deepen engagement with the private sector to bridge funding gaps. Number 20, let us recommit to this collective endeavor, ensuring that the resolutions of the Devolution Conference 2025 will continue to build on the progress we have witnessed and spurs to greater heights in championing devolution. I wish all of the delegates a wonderful time at this conference. Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate the chairman of the steering committee, Governor Kaiga. At this point, I want to invite Governor Murang'a to come and showcase a county innovation, as the technical team also prepare the devolution video that will come shortly after. Karibu, Governor Irungu Kang'ata.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, my fellow governors, led by our chair and our vice, and the host governor, the other colleagues, senators, and also every other protocol established, including the county assembly. Allow me to there's a request made that Murang'a showcases various innovation in technology. Whoever has the system can put them up. Your Excellency, Murang'a County has automated various systems through our own internal staff. The first innovation was in revenue collection. On your left side are various revenue streams, whether parking, market, quarrying, land, vet services. So that then means if you pay, we see this payment live data. So in the middle part, that is where you see the various collected data. For example, you can be able to know how many vehicles have been parked in Murang'a County at any given time and how much money has been paid. Next slide is a single business permit and liquor. So if you own a business in Murang'a, you go to the internet, you apply, you print your permit. You don't have to come to the county headquarters to pay for single business permit or liquor license. The third one, Your Excellency, is a land management system. Anyone who wants to pay for building permit, lease, subdivision, transfer application of any plot, again, you go onto the internet, you loading your documents, including your architectural designs. We process this via internet, and then you print your document, and you go home, and you're able to see how much money has come to the county of Murang'a. The other one, Your Excellency, is on fleet management. Murang'a County, just like other counties, has about 100 motor vehicles. So we put this system to monitor where they are. So if you overspeed, we are able to monitor you. If you enter into a pub, we just send a text and the vehicle stalls. We are able, if there is an accident, we can play back whether you are on the right track, you are overspeeding, and we are able to get that evidence. This has led to the reduction of number of accidents and also improved drivers' behavior. The other one is Inua Mkulima. Your Excellency, this one was made in partnership with Cooperative Bank of Kenya, where we give our farmers, those who are in milk and mango, subsidy money, so that when they go to a pre-qualified shop, they are able to redeem certain farm inputs. For example, animal feeds, even foodstuff. So it is a technology that is mobile-based. So when you go to a certain shop, this is the card we give them. So you give it, if you're a member of that program, your money will be deducted, which has been preloaded in that e-wallet. That supports milk and mango value chains in Murang'a. The other one is a file management portal. This is our own internal system in the county government. We have another one for hospitals. We are able to now know how many patients are visiting our health facilities at any given time. We have about 150 facilities. So, for instance, now you can see we have 6,487 patients now. In the middle part, that is the diseases that have taken them there. At the end, the money they have paid us today, whether by M-Pesa or SHA claims. This system was made together with the Ministry of Health, and I thank my friend Mr. Jared because he's currently in all 157 medical facilities. Allow me to end there because there are many, but just to give what are the downside or the problems we encounter. Number one is unstable internet. We hope that our service provider will be able to stabilize internet. Secondly is unstable power. We have been compelled to now solarize our health facilities so that when we have a problem with the national grid, our systems continue functioning. Thank you.
Another round for applause to Irungu Kangata. It's now my pleasure to invite Right Honorable Speaker of the Senate, Amason Jeffer Kingi, to come and make his remarks and address us. Karibu sana Bwana Speaker. And he will also have the opportunity to introduce the members of Parliament, both Senate and the National Assembly present.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, in the interest of time, allow me to adopt the protocols already established by the speakers who spoke before me. Your Excellency, before I make my brief remarks, allow me to introduce the team from the Senate, and I hope my eyesight won't fail me. We'll start with the Deputy Speaker and Senator for Meru County, the Honorable Senator Kathuri Murungi, the host Senator, Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno, the Senator for Nandi, Senator Samson Cherargei Kiprotich, Senator Dr. Boni Khalwale, Senator for Kakamega, Senator Faki Munyehaji, Senator for Mombasa, Senator Eddie Okech for Migori, Senator Catherine Muma Muyeka, Senator Maureen Tabitha Mutinda, Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana, Senator Julius Murgo, Senator Montate Batuli Betty, Senator Kisang, Senator Esther Anyeni Okenyuri, Senator Beth Siengo Kalunda, Senator Jackson Mandago, Senator Danson Buya Mungatana of Tana River, Senator Abbas Sheikh Mohammed, Senator Mbugua. Those are the senators who are with us here today. Further, Your Excellency, before I make my short remarks, I have been given a request that I should place before you, in keeping with your generosity, Your Excellency, that has been witnessed by Kenyans for the past couple of weeks, where you extended some appreciation to the national team, Harambee Stars, for every match that they win. The Senate team, having beaten the governors, they are wishing to be considered in that appreciation token. The team comprises of 16 members. If that is agreeable, Your Excellency, I may pass by the State Lodge to collect 16 million for the team. And I know it's possible. Thank you, Your Excellency. Distinguished participants, I join you with pride today as a firm believer in our country's most transformative governance shift since independence. That is devolution. We gather here to mark 14 years since the birth of devolved governance, a constitutional promise to bring government closer to the people and to ensure equitable development and to reverse decades of marginalization. As partners in the devolution space, our gathering here today and this entire week is not a matter of routine, but a national obligation, for devolution is about every lives of our people. The theme of the conference, that is for the people, for prosperity, devolution and as a catalyst for equity, inclusion and social justice, is not just a slogan. It is a call to action and resonates with the realities of our time. It reminds us that devolution is not about systems or structures. It is about people. It is about the mother in Turkana who now accesses maternal health care at a local health facility. It is about the youth of Homa Bay County accessing vocational training. It is about the farmer in Embu receiving extension services without having to travel to Nairobi. The sub-theme re-engineering county governments to accelerate development and bridge the socio-economic divide demands that we go beyond the ordinary. It demands that we make counties leaner, smarter, responsive, and people-centered. It is a call to disrupt mediocrity, embrace technology, promote innovation, and be accountable stewards of the public trust. Your Excellency, we promulgated the Constitution of Kenya in 2010 and operationalized it in 2013. We reimagined a Kenya where no county, no village, no Kenyan will be left behind. We moved away from a centralized, top-down approach that had for decades marginalized communities and deepened inequalities. In its place, we embrace a model of governance that is participatory, inclusive, and closer to the people. And while the journey has not been perfect, it has been profoundly transformational. Healthcare services, once centralized and overstretched, are now within reach of millions. County governments have constructed over 1,000 health centers, recruited thousands of health workers, and enhanced immunization coverage and maternal health. Infrastructure development has flourished. Counties have built thousands of kilometers of rural roads, enabling farmers to access markets and people to move with ease. Early childhood education, water provision, agricultural extension services, and local economic development all have experienced rejuvenation because of county-level planning and execution. Above all, citizen participation in governance has deepened. Today, a resident of Wajir, Lamu, Nyandarua, or Vihiga has a say in how resources are allocated in their ward, an unthinkable reality 2 decades ago. At the heart of these gains, Your Excellency, stands the Senate, the constitutional protector of counties and their governments, as proclaimed in Article 96 of our Constitution. In line with its mandate, the Senate has recorded the following milestones. It has allocated close to Kenya shilling 4 trillion cumulatively to counties through the Division of Revenue County Allocation Revenue Acts. Oversighted the use of these funds through the standing committees of the Senate. It has championed legislation that have empowered counties, enabling them to cooperate efficiently. The County Public Finance Laws Amendment Act, a key legislation that guarantees financial autonomy to our county assemblies and further anchors their role of oversight, legislation, and representation at the county level, has finally become a reality after Your Excellency did assent to it this morning. We thank you for that. It is no doubt, Your Excellency, that without the Senate, devolution would be a shell. With the Senate, devolution has become a shield for the aspiration of many Kenyans. Indeed, at this juncture, allow me to applaud our senators for working tirelessly in building consensus to navigate very complicated tasks as they execute their mandates. A good example is the collective effort and team spirit that characterized the debate and passing of the fourth revenue sharing formula for counties for the year 2025, 2026 to 2029, 2030. This was a profound departure from the past when such an exercise was riddled with acrimony and laced with political differences. Your Excellency, yet even as we celebrate these achievements, we must confront the hard truths mirrored in the following realities. These are the threats to devolution. 1, corruption and weak accountability systems in some counties continue to threaten and erode public trust in devolution. Failure, regrettably so, failure by some governors to heed invitation by the Senate to come to the Senate to account for the resources placed in their hands not only erodes the good working relationship within the devolution family, but also is detrimental to the noble goals of devolution. Regrettably, Your Excellency, we have seen cases where Senate committees have had to encounter hostilities when they visit counties in exercise of the oversight mandate. Very regrettable. Duplication of rules and power struggles between national and county governments undermine efficiency and cooperative governance. Inadequate on-source revenue mobilization by counties has left them over-dependent on the exchequer, limiting innovation and self-reliance. Wrangles within the county assemblies, which sabotages work delivery. Your Excellency, a case in point is the county of Nyamira, where at some point we had 2 county assemblies, 2 clerks and 2 speakers. Delayed disbursements of funds to counties and politicization of county development priorities, which often sidelines community needs. Your Excellency, to secure the next decade of devolution, we must act decisively and collectively to deal with these threats. Distinguished participants, devolution was never meant to be a destination. It is a continuous journey, one that requires vigilance, courage, and commitment. Let us not allow short-term political interest to dilute the long-term vision of equitable development. Let us recommit to the devolution dream by ensuring it lives and blossoms in every ward, in every village, and every heart. For the greatness of a nation lies not in the glitter of its capital city and its urban centers, but in the dignity of its villages. May God bless our counties, and may God richly bless our land. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Tumpigie makofi Bwana Speaker. I now want to invite our chair, FCPA Mohamed Abdullahi, to come and make his remarks and in turn invite His Excellency the President. Karibu Bwana Chairman. Tumpigie makofi Bwana Chairman.
Thank you very much, our whip. Your Excellency, I will ride on the protocols already observed before me, but I just want to, before my speech, ask the deputy governors, because I think other groups have been asked to, have been appreciated, to also stand so that we know the deputy governors who are here. We can appreciate you in totality, deputy governors. Thank you very much. Please, let's appreciate our deputy governors who are here. Your Excellency, when my sister was here, Gladys Wanga, host governor, I think because of the small element of stage fright that we all have and the fact that we're putting her under pressure to save on time, she forgot to introduce her deputy governor. I think he also didn't stand up when the other leaders stood up. So on her behalf, I apologize and recognize and appreciate the deputy governor of Homa Bay County, Oyugi Magwaga. Your Excellency, I also want to appreciate the presence of our CS Opio Wandai. CS, you can just stand up. Now, with that, Your Excellency, because not all governors will have an opportunity to come and stand up here, I'll be the last one speaking before I invite you. I want to ask all the governors to stand up. Excellency governors, host governor, Gladys Wanga was here. She stood and spoke. My vice chair was also here, Dr. Mutahi Kahiga. Our whip was our MC here, Steve Sang. Then we have my immediate former boss. She's Chair Emeritus, Governor of Kirinyaga and Waiguru. We have the Governor of Tharaka Nithi, Governor Muthomi Njuki, Governor His Excellency Ochilo Ayako of Migori, Governor Nadhif Adam Jama of Garissa, Governor Kiarie Badlisha of Nyandarua, Governor Mohamed Khalif Mandera, Speaker Emeritus, Governor of Bungoma Kenneth Lusaka, my professional colleague, FCPF Fernandez Barasa, Governor of Kakamega, Governor Paul Otuoma of Busia County, Governor Patrick Olentutu of Narok, Governor Mahmoud Mohamed Ali, Marsabit County, Governor Orengo James, Siaya County, Governor Professor Hilary Barchok of Bomet, Governor and Benjamin Cheboy of Baringo County, Sister Governor Cecily Mbarire of Embu, Governor Amos Nyaribo of Nyamira, and Governor and Kachapin of West Pokot. Am I missing out anyone? Oh, yes. Governor Wilba Otichilo, Vihiga, Governor Julius Malombe, Kitui, Governor James Irungu of Laikipia, and Governor Kangata, who was here with some innovation a while back. I thank you all. Your Excellency, I had to do that. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Amos Kingi, Speaker of the Senate, all the governors here present, and I will ride on the protocols thus far established, all delegates attending Devolution Conference 2025. On behalf of the Council of Governors, I take this opportunity to welcome His Excellency the President, the Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and all our distinguished guests and delegates to the 9th Devolution Conference and the 2nd Biennial Devolution Conference. As they say here in Homa Bay County, Warwako Uduto. You're all welcome. This year, our discussions will focus on 3 key themes of equity, inclusion, and social justice. Your Excellency, in the recent past, our country has witnessed citizen protests triggered by, among others, the finance bill, youth unemployment issues, and governance concerns. The continent and the world watched as our young people, popularly known as the Gen Zs, marched in major streets across the country, demanding for their voices to be heard. It's sad, of course, also that they were politically infiltrated. Indeed, the theme of the conference, for the people, for prosperity, for the people, for prosperity, devolution as a catalyst for equity, inclusion, and social justice, is meant to spur deep conversations on how the devolved governments can position themselves as the implementers and champions of these 3 democratic tenets of inclusion, equity, and social justice. This year, as we host the conference, it's a conference with a difference, the addition of side events that will be hosted by a myriad of partners, including government agencies, civil society organizations, the private sector, and development partners, will bring as many voices as possible to the conversation. I invite all the delegates to carefully peruse the program and purpose to attend the side events, which will run each single day of the conference. I'd like to sincerely thank the team that led to the preparations of this year's conference, all the members of the esteemed steering committee, which traditionally, Your Excellency, is chaired by the Vice Chair of the Council. This year it was chaired by Dr. Mutahi Kahiga, my Vice. I'd also like to acknowledge the Planning Committee led by the CEO of Council. They go through sleepless nights to deliver a conference to 12,000 delegates, Asanteni sana. I'd also like to recognize the presence of our international delegates this year. We have guests joining us from different parts of the world. You saw also they were represented on top here by the Jospong group of Ghana, who are displaying waste management. In 2010, Your Excellency and distinguished delegates, Kenya has promulgated a new constitution for themselves, containing what is globally regarded as one of the most radical shifts in governance the world has ever seen. Some have called the format of the Kenyan devolution experimental. The new system created distinct and yet independent governance through the national government and 47 county governments, which are constitutionally mandated to deliver on key services through locally elected leadership and representatives. We're all in agreement, all of us here, that devolution, notwithstanding its challenges, real and perceived, remains an exemplary case of meaningful reform and the best gift that Kenyans accorded themselves in 2010. The main purpose of devolution was creating units that would secure equitable distribution of development in the country, that every Kenyan is then guaranteed a dignified and a quality life with access to public goods such as healthcare, water, housing, food, education, and transport at the local level. Creation of administrative units beyond the county governments in wards, villages, and planning committees is further meant to ensure that the communities are heard and that the citizens' needs are met no matter where they are in Kenya. Article 174 of our Constitution captures this very succinctly by laying out the objects and the purpose of devolution. And there are 9 of them, and they include, among others, to promote democratic and accountable exercise of power, to foster national unity and recognize diversity. I'll not read all of them, but you can refer to Article 174. And in fact, in that article, Your Excellency, it's only one, really, and the object that explicitly refers to economic development under F, which says social and economic development and the provision of proximate, easily accessible services throughout Kenya. So through devolution, we were dealing with development, but we're also dealing with equity and social justice that is uniform across Kenya. From the above, ladies and gentlemen, the architecture of the Constitution anticipated that devolution would not only be concerned with economic development, but it will also foster national unity, democratic and political inclusion, and facilitate the decentralization of power, responsibilities, and resources, all aimed at bringing decision-making and services closer to the people. The establishment of the devolved governments was thus our ambitious way as a country of reversing centralization as a basis of both political and economic development. It is both an economic imperative. Devolution is an economic imperative, but I believe it was also a political settlement. Devolution is indeed the truest and the most progressive definition of bottom-up social, economic, and political transformation. 12 years ago, Your Excellency, under the first election, under the new constitutional dispensation of 2010, we set up the first cycle of county governments. We ushered in 47 new county governments. And these governments, unlike the former local authorities, were created through the statutes. They had constitutional protection. They were established in line with the Constitution, and they enjoy both institutional and financial safeguards directly from the supreme law of the land. The fourth schedule further splits the functions between the national and the counties. Your Excellency, we've come a long way. At the Council of Governors, we appreciate that in 2014, on the 16th of December, you unbundled through a Gazette notice a lot more functions and component of functions And this has been something that has been outstanding for long, and we don't take it for granted. But we still seek the further unbundling and costing of the few remaining functions, that they be completed to finality in full compliance with the letter and the spirit of the Constitution, and that the attendant resources of all functions already transferred will all follow. As I make this speech, Your Excellency, I'm a second-term governor, having served in the first cohort of the first phase of county governments between 2013 and 17. In my view, devolution, again I say, has come a long way. The journey has not been easy. We've had policy, legal, and administrative challenges that have threatened the very foundation of devolution. But I am convicted, I'm convinced here that counties, and in general devolution, has moved from strength to strength. Counties have recorded countless success stories that reveal that devolution is uplifting the lives and livelihood of Kenyans. According to the 2024 Gross County Product Report, which was released by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS, county governments are making significant and transformative contribution to the national economic performance. Essential investments, be it in financial, material, and technical, is being made towards the devolved sectors, and this is contributing substantially to the national growth and development. I'll just give a few, very few examples. Data from the period that devolution existed shows, say, in the provision of healthcare, which is one of the most important services that any county government must deliver, between 2014 and 2025, Kenya has recorded notable improvements in key maternal and reproductive health indicators. The proportion of women with at least 4 antenatal care visits has risen from 58% to 66%, and skilled birth deliveries has increased from 61% to 82%, reflecting the expanded access to skilled birth attendants as a result of devolution. At the onset of devolution in 2013, Your Excellency, there were 8,466 health centers and dispensaries across the country. And these, I'm only referring to public health centers and dispensaries. Robust and intentional health investment by county governments in collaboration with the national government and private sector has resulted in increasing these to 14,710 operational health facilities across Kenya. Public facilities account now for over 45% of all health facilities in the country, with the rest being faith-based and private. The majority of these public facilities are level 2 and 3, while level 4, 5, and 6 account for about 7% of all public facilities. When you look at the head count of healthcare workers, Your Excellency, we only had 874 medical doctors in district hospitals before devolution. We also had 6,620 nurses. Today, this has expanded to 4,651 medical doctors in public facilities in counties. We also have 34,000, up from 6,000, 34,220 nurses in county facilities, 7,877 clinical officers, 4,686 lab technicians, 1,942 nutritionists, among other healthcare workers. This clearly represents a more than fourfold growth in human resources. At the community level, partnering with the national government, we now have 107,831 community health workers. And Your Excellency, we can give examples in agriculture, where we now have 6.5 million farmers registered, as opposed to 541,000 in 2016. We can give examples in ECD, where we now have from nearly zero staff in payroll of ECD teachers in counties to over 30,000 ECD teachers across the 47 counties, and 48,700 ECD centers. There are many. But in the interest of time, I will just highlight the key. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the story of devolution is dotted with many successes, and we can speak to it in every single county. Every single county has a story to tell, but I'll end it there. That notwithstanding, Your Excellency, there are numerous challenges. Challenges abound. The debate on functional integrity of the two levels of government, the quantum of resources allocated to devolution, delays of disbursements and releases of funds, and administrative action that leads to clawback, policy, laws, especially subsidiary instruments that predate the 2024 Constitution that are not compliant with devolution still remain a challenge. And Your Excellency, I will note that in spite of the month-on-month delays of disbursements of funds, for the 3 years that you've been in charge, 2 out of those 3, at least the last shilling, was released to the CRF, the County Revenue Funds account, by midnight, the 30th of June of that fiscal year. And we don't take that for granted. It was not always the case, Your Excellency. So in line with the conference theme, county governments must also ensure that resources are distributed equitably, even within the counties, that services are available and accessible to the most vulnerable populations that are marginalized, minority groups, and that there is meaningful participation in decision making. It's time for action, not for talk. As leaders who are gathered here, we've been called upon to serve. Let's heed this call with integrity, humility, and selflessness. Our Constitution expects us all here that we'll conduct our affairs in the fullness of good governance practices, in respect of human rights and in social justice, while ensuring that there is equity and inclusion at all levels. On the overall, Your Excellency, and I'm winding up, devolution has been, and it will continue to remain, a journey. It's not an event, it's a process. I can say, as stakeholders, we have done well. We can all do better. And that's why we're here with all the stakeholders and partners. We are ready to listen to what interventions we can apply to make devolved governance even better and stronger. As I conclude, let me take this opportunity to appreciate all our stakeholders who have supported this conference. I convey our heartfelt appreciation of the national government through the presidency, the Senate, and all the 47 county governments for their support and participation. A special thanks to our platinum sponsors and partners, the Kenya Commercial Bank, Safaricom PLC, and the Jospong Group of companies. Those were our 3 platinum partners this year. To all our other partners, this could not have happened without you. Devolution has brought 12,000 delegates at DEFCON 2025 to Homa Bay County. This could not have been done without our partners. We appreciate and value all of you. Your support has made this event a reality and a big success. We cannot thank you enough. Continue to work with us as we keep the devolution fire blazing. I wish you all fruitful discussions in the coming days of the conference. It is now my duty and pleasure to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to come and address us and officially open Devolution Conference 2025 for us. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take our seats. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, honorable members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am delighted to be back in Homa Bay, the county of endless potential and possibilities, a place whose promise mirrors that of our great nation. Vast possibilities, many opportunities, awaiting bold action as we steadily unlock the full benefits of devolution. Our counties are critical frontiers and the powerful drivers of both national and local growth. This biannual devolution conference is therefore a moment to take stock, celebrate gains, and reimagine how we can accelerate progress for every county and every Kenyan. The theme of this year's conference speaks directly to our national vision, a Kenya where every citizen, regardless of region, gender, background, or status, has a fair and equal opportunity to thrive. Our Constitution's preamble commits us to human rights, equality, freedom, democracy, social justice, and the rule of law. This theme is a reminder of the bold, transformative journey we began and a call to remain true to our shared aspiration as a nation and as a people. Ladies and gentlemen, devolution has been transformative. It has fostered equity by distributing resources fairly and addressing historical imbalances. It has enhanced inclusion by empowering communities, empowering women, giving a chance to our youth, and extending a fair environment to persons living with disability for all of us to participate fully and meaningfully in the development of our nation. Social justice has taken root through accountable, transparent, and responsive governance. The national government is proud to have invested heavily in making these principles a reality. And for myself, I have had the privilege to chair the first Intergovernmental Budget Committee, commonly known as IBEC, from the beginning. And I have had the privilege to see devolution grow by leaps and bounds. Through collaborative frameworks, such as the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, the Council of Governors, the Summit, and the other intergovernmental fora, we have resolved challenges amicably and aligned our policies and resources as guided by our constitutional vision. From the very first day of my administration, I affirmed that devolution is not merely a constitutional provision. It is the ground jewel of our democratic governance and the proudest achievement of the people of Kenya in our constitution-making process. I pledged to accelerate the full transfer of all outstanding devolved functions as assigned in the fourth schedule of our Constitution, together with the requisite resources. This commitment was formalized during the 11th National and County Government Coordinating Summit held at State House, Nairobi, on the 16th of December 2024, as has been alluded by the earlier speakers. I directed the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee to finalize the delineation, unbundling, and gazettement of all pending functions, and to initiate the systematic transfer of budgetary allocations and other resources tied to those functions without delay. Today, I am proud to report that all 14 devolved functions have been conclusively delineated, unbundled, and formally gazetted. This milestone has eliminated decades-old ambiguities that hampered service delivery and fueled intergovernmental disputes. This achievement marks a decisive turning point in our journey to align functions with funding. It empowers county governments to design and implement programs that respond directly to local needs, from healthcare to agriculture to water management, infrastructure, trade, and early childhood education, while delivering measurable impact to all the people we serve. Further, to the gazettement of the unbundled and clarified functions by IGRTC on the 16th of December 2024, and the advanced process of resource identification, I am pleased again to announce that we have gazetted immovable assets, that is land and buildings, to transfer ownership to the counties through Gazette Notice number 11164 of yesterday, 12th August 2025, a process that has eluded us for the last 12 years. In other words, 50,000 pieces of land and 80,000 pieces of land and buildings will now become the property of county governments legally. This morning, in a further demonstration of our commitment to devolution, I signed into law two landmark pieces of legislation: the County Public Finance Law Amendment Bill of 2023 and the County Allocation of Revenue Bill 2025. These laws cement the place and the principle of horizontal revenue sharing among counties and consolidate the place of county assemblies while clearly defining the respective responsibilities of both county and national governments. Let me say this, that I had the honor in Homa Bay to finally guarantee by law the independence of our county assemblies. This is a commitment that I made. This is an engagement that I did with the county speakers and county assemblies, and it was a merited request and a merited ask that the same way we have independence of the legislature at the national level, we must also have independence of the legislature at the county level. I now ask the county assemblies to effectively undertake their responsibilities, effectively provide oversight, efficiently legislate for counties to perform their mandate, and also robustly represent the people who elected them. With this new mandate, with this new independence, the counties' assemblies now have no reason, nor excuse, not to do what they have been mandated by the Constitution effectively. Under the Division of Revenue Act 2025, we have allocated an unprecedented Kenya shillings 415 billion to counties, nearly 30 billion more than last year's allocation. the County Allocation of Revenue Act 2025 distributes this equitable share among the 47 counties in strict adherence to the revenue sharing formula set out in Article 217 of our Constitution. And again, today marks a turning point. We are using a new revenue sharing formula, again marking another historic step. This is the first allocation, as I have said, to apply the fourth determination of the basis for division of revenue approved by Parliament this year. This is not just more money. It is a stronger foundation for counties to deliver, develop, and transform people's lives. Ladies and gentlemen, despite operating within a tight fiscal space, the government has honored its commitment to timely disbursements, clearing all balances owed to counties for the just ended financial year. This ensures that counties have the fiscal capacity, institutional infrastructure, and human resources necessary to deliver on their expanded mandates effectively. Again, to report that yesterday, the 12th, the National Treasury released resources for July this year as part of the commitment that we had made to our counties. In just 12 years since the birth of devolution, we have transferred a total of 4 trillion Kenya shillings to counties. Every corner of Kenya now has a functional county government, closer to the people than ever before. The results are evident. New tarmac roads in once forgotten villages, maternity wings in rural hospitals, and innovative agricultural programs changing lives at the grassroots. Investments, ladies and gentlemen, are the lifeblood of economic transformation. They inject capital, spur innovation, generate employment, and unlock local potential. Nowhere is this more true than our counties. Under our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we are working with counties to build one bankable, high-impact value chain in every county, from fish processing here in Homa Bay to leather in Kajiado and textiles in Kitui. This is about turning local potential into jobs, incomes, and exports. The Government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry, is developing investment procedures for key priority sectors, working with counties. This will serve as strategic tools to highlight opportunities, showcase value propositions, and support investor engagement locally in our counties and internationally as well. We have already completed the initial 4 sector packages: leather, business processing, outsourcing, e-mobility, and textile and apparels. By supporting end-to-end value chain ecosystems, we will increase local incomes, enhance food security, create jobs for our young people, and position counties as net exporters. Yet progress, again, ladies and gentlemen, is uneven, and the full promise of equity remains work in progress. This conference must be a turning point, not only for celebration, but for honest reflection and decisive action. To unlock the full potential of devolution, we must strengthen capacity in our counties by building the skills, expertise, and employing technology needed for effective service delivery. Excellencies, while we may not have all the resources we desire, we have enough to deliver meaningful service to our people. Let me repeat that. While we may not have all the resources we desire, we have enough to deliver but how we are we this efficiently? How much is lost to waste and corruption? And what concrete measures are these are the hard questions we must confront with candor, courage, and urgency. Without a doubt, we need to answer these questions as leaders. And I listened very carefully to the statements that have been made here, both by the earlier speakers, by the chair of the Council of Governors, by the Speaker of the Senate, and we all must be honest about ourselves and about what we are doing. And we must agree that the resources that are availed by the people of Kenya through their taxes are meant for delivering transformation in our counties and in our nation. I did sign into law a few weeks ago legislation that will boost the fight against corruption by signing into law the Conflict of Interest Bill, now law. I do expect that agencies charged with making sure that there is accountability at all levels of government take up their role as efficiently, as effectively, with accountability as the law and the Constitution mandates them. The EACC must take up their role. I have made it absolutely clear to the chair of the Anti-Corruption Commission, to the CEO of the Anti-Corruption Commission, that there will be no sacred cows and there will be no telephone call from anywhere below or above to stop anybody from being prosecuted for matters corruption. While I agree with the sentiments expressed by the Speaker of the Senate, and he has made a solid statement on holding governors and county governments to account, I also must say the legislature must also be held to account. Because there is something going on in our legislature that we must call out. There is money being demanded from the executive, from governors, from ministers, from people in the executive, especially those who go for accountability before our houses of parliament. Mr. Speaker, it cannot continue to be business as usual. It is not possible that committees of parliament demand to be bribed, demand to be paid for them to write reports or to look the other way for what is happening in either the national government or the county government. All of us must act together. The fight against corruption must be an all-of-society engagement and exercise and effort. I also want to ask the judiciary not to be a haven for the corrupt to hide behind judicial decisions. We have innovation that is only available in Kenya that allows a corrupt person or somebody who has stolen public resources or somebody in breach of law not to be prosecuted. Something called anticipatory bail. It is a Kenyan innovation that takes us backwards. Just let's ask ourselves, somebody who has stolen public funds and then goes to court and gets something called anticipatory bail, makes it impossible for such a person to be arrested and prosecuted endlessly. How does that support the fight against corruption? This is a matter I hope our friends in the judiciary would help us answer. Because we are undertaking transformation in Kenya, but that transformation is being undermined by corruption, and we must call it what it is. And all agencies, institutions, and arms of government, we must come together to deal with the challenge of corruption so that we can ensure that public resources are meant and are used for the intended purposes for which the people of Kenya have asked us. Without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, technology can help in eliminating waste and enhancing efficiency. Since its inception in 2013, the e-Citizen platform has stood at the heart of Kenya's digital transformation. What began with a handful of services, about 300 then, has evolved into a 24/7 one-stop shop for over 22,000 government services, accessible from every part of Kenya and everywhere in the world. Today, more than 14 million Kenyans are registered on the e-Citizen platform, with 500,000 Kenyans logging in daily to access passports, driving licenses, business registration, land transactions, marriage certificates, police clearances, and much more. All without queues, intermediaries, brokers, or unnecessary bureaucracy. The results speak for themselves. Collections have surged more than 1,500%, from Kenya shillings 60 million to over 1 billion shillings collected by e-Citizen daily, translating to more than 500 billion annually. Ministries, departments, and agencies have seen revenue growth of up to 400%, supported by accurate projections and better planning. Equally, counties have integrated their digital portals with e-Citizen and have seen remarkable growth. Mombasa County, for example, revenues have rose from 1.6 billion to Kenya shillings 2.5 billion, a 61% growth. Kiambu County has seen revenue grow from 2 billion to 3.04 billion, a 52% growth. And Kajiado from 1.4 billion to 2 billion, a growth of 48%. Other counties, such as Bomet, Tharaka Nithi, Meru, Embu, have posted similar improvements. The platform has seen and has been an engine of economic opportunity, creating 600,000 jobs in ICT, support services, logistics, and other sectors, providing that digitization and proving that digitization is not just about convenience, but also about livelihoods. Most importantly, e-citizen has been a powerful weapon against corruption. By eliminating cash handling and embedding full digital audit trails, we have reduced opportunities for bribery and made transactions traceable, fair, and secure. Citizens can now follow the process and the progress of their applications and payments online, confident that the process is impartial and transparent. I therefore urge all counties to collaborate, share best practices, and celebrate while accelerating the adoption of technology to boost efficiency, cut waste, and enhance revenue performance. Beyond technology, we must promote inter-county collaboration, share resources and expertise, and ensure accountability through transparency and rigorous oversight. Kenya's real economic strength lies at the grassroots in our counties. Through the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we are moving from raw material production to value addition, strengthening agro-processing, manufacturing linkages, and market access for SMEs and smallholder farmers. As we gather here in Homa Bay, I challenge every leader and citizen to renew our commitment to the spirit of devolution, invest in people-first policies and programs, ensure every shilling has impact, and bring government services closer to the people. Let me share two other things that I really wanted to say on this day, this very important day of devolution. I must congratulate county governments. I must congratulate our governors and the county assemblies for the partnership they have demonstrated in working with me in the transformation of our country. We have worked together because the Constitution dictates that we do. We have worked together on matters of health, from community health promoters, the people who engage with families, with homes every day, the greatest patriots that I know of. We have worked together with the counties, and I want to congratulate counties for sharing this resource so that we can bring health to be a reality and to be a right for all citizens, not a privilege for those who can afford. I am also happy that we have made tremendous progress in the delivery of our universal health coverage, working with counties. All the counties have signed into the program that will enable citizens access health at every facility in a way that doesn't exclude others. And as a result, we all know that more Kenyans are now in the bracket of SHA. 25.2 million Kenyans are already registered, many accessing service. I want to say in this devolution conference and ask my friends, the county governors, to help all of us and ensure that no facility charges citizens for a service already paid for by the government of Kenya. Let me state here that we have made provisions in the budget of 21 billion Kenya shillings to make sure that treatment, medicine at level 2, at our dispensaries, at our health centers, at our sub-county hospitals, all the way to level 4, outpatient facilities, outpatient treatment is paid for fully by the government of Kenya. And no facility, no dispensary, no health center or sub-county hospital should charge citizens who go to seek treatment because the government of Kenya will refund for the treatment, for the medicine given to citizens at that level. I am saying this because there are counties that are still charging citizens in health centers and dispensaries and level 4 for treatment when that treatment is already paid for by the government of Kenya. We should stop it. And I want to ask you, colleagues, to help the citizens of our nation, because, as I have said, we do not want to make health a privilege. We want to make it a right for all citizens. Let me also say that today is a great day because our friends, the members of county assemblies, can breathe some fresh air, that they do not have to work under the direction of the county executives. But I have also told you that use that independence for the good of the people. I know there is yet another outstanding commitment that we agreed upon. And because I am a solid believer in savings and encouraging the culture of savings, the county assembly's pensions bill has already been passed by the Senate. It has gone through the first reading in the National Assembly. And I am confident that in the next couple of months, I will be signing into law the County Assembly's pensions bill into law so that county assemblies like the National Assembly will also have pension, just like members of parliament. This pension, we agreed, is going to be contributory, just the same way the one in parliament is contributory, and it will assist us in making sure that we avoid old age poverty by people who have served in the public service. Today, again in Homa Bay, I announced another milestone that through our housing levy and housing fund, we have rolled out affordable housing. We have rolled out construction of markets across Kenya. Today, we broke ground for the first ever hostel for student accommodation in Kenya. And here in Tom Mboya University, we will be building a hostel accommodation facility to host over 2,000 students, and we are rolling it across Kenya. We already have identified universities, Kenya medical training colleges, and TVET institutions to build student accommodation that will accommodate 170,000 students across Kenya as phase one, as we expand the program of housing in Kenya, not only to provide for social housing, affordable housing, student accommodation, our markets, and all the other infrastructure that we are building under that framework. Again, I want to celebrate that the same way we started the affordable housing here in Homa Bay, by coincidence again, we are starting student accommodation construction again here in Homa Bay. Again, here in Homa Bay, I have signed legislation for the first time in Homa Bay County into law and we are slowly but surely making history in the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to conclude by congratulating Madam Gladys Wanga, Governor of Homa Bay County, for her exemplary leadership and hosting this conference. I also want to commend her for taking decisive action against the people who are running Rachuonyo facility, who we identified as one of the ones that were stealing our money. Thank you very much, Governor, for taking action swiftly. And I want to promise you that as you dismiss those people, we will look for them so that we can prosecute them, so that they can, we can hold them to account. And we are going to do it for all the other facilities that will try to steal from our resources meant for health. And finally, to this great school of Homa Bay, who have given us their grounds so that we can host this facility, I want to say thank you very much to this school. And as a small token of appreciation, the government of Kenya is going to provide 10 million shillings for the construction of the library, as I was informed by the governor. Thank you very much, Mwalimu, for allowing us to use these great grounds for this momentous event. For the people, for prosperity is not just a slogan. It is a call to action, to fairness, opportunity, and progress in every part of Kenya. Let history record that this generation, these leaders, made devolution work, not just in law, but in the daily lives of the people of Kenya. I wish you fruitful deliberations and concrete outcomes at this 2025 Devolution Conference here in Homa Bay. Asanteni sana, and God bless you.
Tutukie makofi tafadhali, Mheshimiwa Rais. Let us take our seats briefly, please. Kindly, if we can just take our seats. We still have the launch of the Devolution Training Institute induction manual. And allow me, Your Excellency, to invite the COG Chair, the host governor, the Vice Chair COG, the Speaker of the Senate, PS Devolution, COG Whip, CEO COG, and Ambassador Sebastian Groth to flank His Excellency as we now progress to the launch of the Devolution Training Institute induction manual. So the launch will be with the press of this buzzer. So Your Excellency, you may come, and then I'll request that you join His Excellency. The launch is right there. That's where the book is, the manual. So kindly, if we... Microphone, please.
I'm sorry, I forgot the Speaker of Senate did ask me about consideration of the Senate team. And I want to confirm that the Senate team did a wonderful performance. Congratulations. A round of applause for the Senate team for winning yesterday's match. Congratulations. And you merit, as the Speaker has said, you merit a reward for what you have done. There is only a small technical problem. Rewards at the level of what we have done for Harambee Stars is only given when the opposite team is not Kenyan. So, unfortunately for the Senate, the team on the other side also came from Kenya. So I really apologize that I may not be able to assist in this particular circumstance. But the next time you play against a foreign team and you perform well as you have done, then there will be due consideration. Thank you very much.
At the count of 3, we'll have the launch of the manual. And Your Excellency, it is right there where we're going to be having the launch. So in 3, 2, and 1, the buzzer is pressed. And we now have the manual, which is the Council of Governors Devolution Training Institute Induction Manual, which is rotating right there. And then we'll have a presentation of the manual by His Excellency to those who have flanked him, so that you will see exactly what the manual entails. A round of applause for the COG for coming up with that manual, and each will receive a copy. And for optics, if we can then if we can all just hold a copy once it's done for a photo opportunity. If we can all just hold a copy, one for His Excellency. May I request that we go to the center? Kindly, thank you. If we can have all right, thank you. I'll request that we leave His Excellency the President and Her Excellency the Governor. The rest, if we can take our seats, please. His Excellency the Governor, His Excellency the President and the Governor for the gift. There is a gift from Her Excellency, which, let's start with the COG Chair. COG Chair, there is a gift from COG to be presented by the COG Chair. And a gift from the Governor, Homa Bay County, Gladys Wanga. Her Excellency Gladys Wanga. And with that, Your Excellency, we'll now finish with the anthem. So we'll request that the rest of us, mics.
Before the national anthem, let's all be upstanding. Let me also thank the great people of Homa Bay for the warm welcome to all of us, and especially to those of us who are coming here for severally. We've seen the hospitality, the warmth of the people of Homa Bay, and we are truly, truly grateful. And as Inda, the great musician from this region, has told us, one waonge wasiwasi, one waonge uchochezi, one waonge midomo mingi, one wachwado mano teach. I think that is mana teach, that's where we are. Asanteni sana.
So we'll be all upstanding to finish with the anthem. now progress to a photo session with the governors. Governors, if we can outside, the photo session is on the outside. So if we can all take our seats, please. Just the governors only, senators and DGs. Governors, senators, and DGs only to progress outside. The rest of us, kindly, I request that we maintain our sitting positions. Thank you very much, and do have a good afternoon.
Kameme TV, muthegi wa rũrĩrĩ.
Kiumia gĩkĩ tabarĩra-inĩ ĩno tũrakũrehe hakuhĩ na gũkinyanĩria kĩroto gĩaku na gũkũrehera nyũmba o ũndũ ũmwe na mĩgũnda ya raithi ĩrĩa ũngĩgwatĩra ũhũthũ wĩta mũgũri kana mũigithia wa mbere. Oho nĩ tũkũnyitanĩra na mũtaaramu wa mbeca